So, guys, about a week ago, I re-downloaded social media, or I just re-downloaded Instagram for the purposes of posting. I told myself that I was just gonna go on Instagram, I was just gonna post something, and then I was gonna get off of it. And that's how what I was gonna plan. That was what I was planning on doing, was just having Instagram just to post content, not worry about like scrolling or anything like that. So my intention of re-downloading Instagram was simply just to post content on Instagram. So I posted something, but as the days went on, I found myself just on Instagram randomly because it was there. The opportunity was there, and whenever I was bored, I would just go on Instagram scrolling and not even realizing what I was doing. And then 5 days later, for whatever reason, I feel like not confident at all. I feel unmotivated. My screen time on my phone's going up and up, and I'm just like, what's going on? Why do I feel so bad after all these few months? I've been feeling so good. I've been doing so well, and all of a sudden, I just feel bad. And then I realized these were issues that I was experiencing before I started improving myself and pulling away from social media and making good habits. And I realized that it was Instagram. I was already comparing myself to the lives of other people, and it was just making my confidence go so far down. And this was only after 5 days after redownloading Instagram. So much of my time was wasted. I felt so lethargic, so unmotivated, so not willing to do anything. And then I'm like, oh, it's Instagram. I'm not confident because I'm comparing myself to the lives of others. I'm seeing everyone's best part of their lives, seeing them doing something fun, and it's making me feel like shit. So the second I realized it, I instantly uninstalled Instagram. And now, just a few days in, or now like a week later after deleting, I feel back to normal. But I started feeling back to normal just 2 days after deleting Instagram. My confidence returned back to how it was. My habits returned back to how I was. I was being productive as hell again. So all this just made me realize how awful social media is. In just 5 days after re-downloading it, I noticed how bad of a toll it was taking on me, how much it was taking on my life, sucking the life out of me. And I could never see this before because I didn't really know like life without social media. Like I had already had social media for years. And so I never really knew what it's like to feel without social media. And now that I knew what it felt like and then I went going back to it, I just saw how absolutely horrible it was taking me down. But I tell this to you guys because this is how it is for most people. This is how it is for most people in our Western society. This is really what's happening. Even if you don't realize it, this is what social media is doing to you, and you don't realize it anymore because it's just embedded into you. You think that you're not confident because you don't have a bunch of money and you don't look the best, and although these things could be true, it's social media that's the main problem. It's you comparing yourself to the lives of other people. It's not so much that it's your issue or there's something wrong with you. It's because you're seeing all these crazy, non realistic expectations, and you're comparing yourself to those non realistic expectations, which results in your unhappiness. So, guys, I just wanted to share that information with you just to let you know that I know what was causing all of these issues of social anxiety, of just feeling depressed, was social media. It was social media all along. I figured it out. And now I want to help you guys get off social media. So let's get into some ways that you can get yourself off social media. Just realize the important things in life and to stop wasting time and to stop being depressed and sad because you see the lives of other people that appear much better than yours. or you compare yourself to someone completely different from yourself. So let's get into ways that we can get you off social media. All right, so a lot of people aren't going to be able to flat out just quit right away because they're just going to want to go back to it. Like it's going to do them worse because they're going to be like, "Oh, I can't do this," and they're going to lose hope that they can do it, and they're just going to go back to social media again. So, for most of you out here, you're going to want to set a certain amount of time that you're allowed to be on social media every single day and follow it strictly. At first, however bad your addiction to social media is as of right now, take a little bit of time off from like what you usually spend, like see how much time you usually spend on social media a day and cut it down by a decent bit. I feel like a good starting point would probably be around 1 to 2 hours of social media a day for starting, unless you're already better than that and you just want to like continue getting better at it. Just set an amount of time that's less than the amount that you're already spending on it, and as the weeks go by, as the days go by, just put a little bit less time, a little bit less time, a little bit less time until eventually you're barely on social media or just not on social media at all. I don't expect everyone to delete social media. Like I've deleted all my social media except for YouTube. And the only thing I really do on YouTube is create content. And I do watch videos on occasion. I usually don't try not to watch entertaining videos, but like more informational, more like wholesome videos that are actually going to help me in the future. But I won't even lie, like the temptation's there, and I take it every now and then to watch an entertaining video now and then, but it's no more than 10 or 20 minutes wasted a day. But in my opinion, YouTube is nowhere even near the worst social media. It would That would have to be Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, things where you can just view like personal things, like things where you can view people on a personal level, so you can see people that are in your own life, like that live in your own city, that are appearingly having a better life than you. And that's what I think makes it so bad, is that you're seeing people on a personal scale doing like all these fun things, and it makes you feel low. But it doesn't just have to be on a personal scale. It just shows people living their best lives in general. But it's a lot less realistic than YouTube because like all you're seeing is images and maybe a video every now and then, but they're just like short videos, or they're just edited photos that make it look a lot better. It's not like YouTube where like it's a whole video long and you can see like the realism in it. You can see like the realistic parts of it. It's not just all completely fake for the most part. Especially if you're watching like actual educational videos on YouTube, which is what I watch. Like I said, I probably spend maybe like 10 or 20 minutes at the most watching like entertaining stuff just for entertainment purposes on YouTube. But the first step is to cut down your social media time little by little. And maybe at first, instead of doing social media, maybe you can switch that time out for like watching a movie or a TV show instead of doing the social media. Do that instead. Swap your time out for TV shows and movies, and that'll get you a step out from social media. And then there's some people that are just going to be able to have the willpower to just delete it, just recognize how bad it is for you straight from the start, and you're going to be able to just like completely delete it, go cold turkey, and then just focus on living their best life. And this isn't going to be most people, but for some people out there, you're going to be able to do it just like I did. I went from spending over 2 or 3 hours on social media a day to spending absolutely nothing. I went completely cold turkey except for YouTube, which actually helped me get myself off like Instagram and TikTok and all that kind of stuff. At first, I was watching more entertaining stuff on YouTube, but then as like I got off, I was swapping the time that I was spending on Instagram on YouTube, and then eventually I just lessened the time that I was on YouTube. Then altogether, I just spent a whole lot less time on social media. But you guys have to be strong. You have to be willing to put in the work. It's it's so tough to do it because not only is everybody on it, but there are people that are specifically hired at these social media companies to make you addicted. If you are pulling away from social media, you're winning a battle against thousands of people trying that are literally paid hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions, to keep you engaged and to take your time away. They're being paid millions of dollars a year. And you, just one person, are fighting against it. So if you're doing anything to pull yourself off of social media, you're amazing because you're winning a battle against thousands and thousands of people getting paid millions and millions of dollars to hold your attention, and you're winning a battle against people that are being paid millions to do the exact opposite. Let that be some kind of motivation that you are winning a fight against thousands of people. Let that help you. Let that drive you. Anything, any kind of motivation you can find to just get off of it is great motivation. But guys, you have to get yourself off of it, or not as much. I can't expect everyone to just delete social media. I know it's a way that you connect with other people, but you got to reduce your time to near nothing. You have to. You can't just be scrolling all day. You can't be doing it. It will make you depressed and it will take your valuable time out of your life. Stay strong.